Mhm. Yep.
Oh,
Ah, there I am. Ah, there I am.
there you are.
So,
So what? Then what? Now what?
oh my.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello there.
Hello.
The show must go on. The show
Oh,
must go
yes. I'm not even going to ask how are you. I'm just going to ask, is this snowstorm man-made?
on.
Everybody's saying, oh, the snowstorm is man-made, and Avi, tiny, tiny man, is still saying big things about Three-Eye Atlas.
Okay. Is it man-made? Let's say, is it man influenced through harp type technology?
Yes, has it been
On a
helped?
1 to 10 scale, about 50. So the answer is yes, right?
I mean, I'm looking outside. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then everybody's acting like COVID toilet paper. Like,
Oh, yeah.
oh no, let's get like it was ridiculous. Trader Joe's. The lines were around the block. The panic. Oh, so I called them on Saturday and said, "Are you going to be open tomorrow?" Yesterday, and they said, "If we answer the phone after 8 o'clock, we're here."
Right.
Okay. So I woke up and I called. Sure enough, they were there. And
Yeah.
I was told that there was going to be a truck coming Saturday night with coffee beans on it because I was out
Yep.
of coffee. That's really the only reason. So
Yep.
I went and I marched up there. I put on my ski pants from Saks Fifth Avenue that I got for a seventh grade trip. Yes, they still fit. And I
Uh,
put my Sorel boots on and I put my mom's like maxi cream colored with the hood
yeah.
and a black turtleneck and some silk underwear. I
Yeah.
was fine. I just like took my little steps with my cart, was really happy that the wheels were going to get cleaned now. There was more staff in the store than there were customers. There must have been 30 customers, maybe. Maybe. Everything Liane wanted was there except
Yeah.
for the junk food, which is fine because really I didn't need it. Um, and I'll say that Trader Joe's tilapia fillets that are breaded, I've
Yeah.
never tried them before. Very tasty, very
Yeah.
good, not greasy, very
Yeah.
yummy. Highly
Good.
recommend.
Yeah. Mm. There was this thing called COVID or whatever.
What?
There was this thing called COVID, right?
God bless you. I'm sorry.
And huh?
Achoo!
Yeah. And when it happened, uh, I was not in DC, but I was in Oklahoma. They tell me I was born there, but I don't remember. I think they wrote a song about it. Like I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. So, and I've been to both, and I got news for you. Oklahoma beats heaven, and we can talk about that sometime. Mainly because you're still alive if you're in Oklahoma, whereas if you're in heaven, you're not. So there you go. That's the difference, right? So Three Dog Night actually got that right. So, but anyway, one of the things that happened is that it's not that I saw it coming, it's that I had adopted an idea that why would you buy groceries for like 1 day, which is the model in Europe, or for 3 days, somewhere in there? Um, Especially on things that like you're going to use repeatedly. So, or use up. So I stocked my apartment in DC and I stocked in Oklahoma like all the things I thought I'd need for a year. And so when it hit, people are like, oh my God, there's no toilet paper. Well, I've got about 50 rolls stored up. I mean, why not pick some up every time you go to the grocery store, right? And paper towels and rice and tuna and all those other things. So pasta, it's like all that stuff keeps for a long time and you're
Right.
eventually going to work your way through it. So to me, there's no reason to have a shortage at hand unless something has happened for more than a month at least, right? Now that's the way I grew up. So so today all the panic, I never understood how they could buy all the bread, all the milk, and all the toilet paper. Like those are the three most important things in life, you know?
Well, for me, the stupid part about that is if you just buy flour and you have water and a little yeast, you can make
Yeah.
your own bread, which I do literally every other day.
Right. Yeah. So so none of it makes sense at a certain level to me. And but I'm always amazed at the herd um, that runs around and does that. Okay. So
Well, but
there's
the thing
not
is,
necessary.
it isn't necessary, but the idea that's being pimped on all of the available channels, or through all the available channels, not necessarily television, is to make people feel like scared and they better go and brawls at the grocery store ensue where people aren't that smart, like maybe, I don't know, and it's just the same old. And
Yeah.
I sent you a video today, and I don't know if you had the time to watch it or not, but it impressed me in that the guy was talking about how when you can't tell the difference between AI or real anymore, and then somebody tells a real story that's slightly outlandish, one of those you couldn't make it up if you tried, and then people turn on that person and go after them because the new herd thing is to see this polished AI and not believe anything. So now
Right.
you don't believe your friends when they tell you something that's true.
Yeah.
Then this turns around and causes more isolation because you just don't want to deal with people because they're just all meowed
Yeah.
up. I don't
What
know.
was the song? He's a rebel. It's like if you're not a rebel, then you're just part of the masses. How's
You're
that?
just cheese. I want to be
Yeah,
a whole.
but back to the food and toilet paper and all that. There's a simple answer. It's $5 a week or $10 a week. $10 a week will buy you more rice than you can use in 6 months, all these things are meant to, oh my God, we're all going to die. It's the grid failed and people are freezing to death. And when that runs out, which it'll run out about 5 days from now, all of a sudden it'll be like, what's that song about Camp Granada? The sun
Oh
is
yeah.
shining, the birds are singing, and all of a sudden I don't want to go home.
And all of a sudden my ears are
Yeah.
ringing.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you get to forget it until they prep up the next one to hit you with.
Well, there's supposed
And
to be more snow on Sunday, and like I'm grateful for the little things.
what? It always it always snows in the wintertime. It has for the last 80 years that I'm aware of.
I don't
So
know.
it's like, why would that change? And then what has changed is people have become soft. That's it.
I
They
think
no
it's what they
longer
refer to as oh my gosh. There's a word for it and it's not nice. I'll think of it later.
yeah, because so it's snowing, so it's 4 degrees outside. Well, I get in my car and go out and
Go
travel
put your
around and, you know,
and
see
put
what's
nice
open.
snow pants on. You put
Yeah.
snow pants
Yeah.
on and you go out. And you're
Yeah.
grateful that every time
And
you step
then-
down, there's 6 inches of snow between you and the pile of dog poop that's on the
yeah.
sidewalk that nobody
Yeah.
cleans up.
Don't you remember being a kid and they just sent you outside in an extra pair of jeans and a extra sweater? That was
Right, the
it.
extra layer so that you could have
Yeah.
2 layers of wet clothes
Yeah.
by the time you got to
Yeah. You
school.
would you were allowed to come in and warm up like on the hour kind of thing.
Oh man.
So, so it's all the hype and hysteria that they promote and the that actually and this hope and hysteria that actually exists is like that's an outcome. They want that. It's just like they want what's going on in Minnesota. They want what's going on in Davos. They want what's going on in Europe. They want what's going on with Taylor and Kelsey, you know.
But they don't want to know what's going on with Randy and Randy. There's a problem there.
Well, I think they're
It's
missing that.
not
Yeah,
it's weighted not in our favor.
yeah. And just like the preliminary to the Super Bowl, each one of those had to have controversy. So somebody had to drop something, make a bad call, whatever, to get people agitated. Used to, there wasn't none of that. The game was over and this team won, and nobody sit there and, tried to tear it all apart for the next 10 days, which is what they've been doing. So that shows the insane amount of time people have to do nothing as opposed to do something that would benefit them. That's my opinion.
Oh yeah, and then get all caught up in don't believe your eyes and don't believe your ears when you
Yeah,
see somebody shot execution style, blow by blow,
yeah,
frame by frame, but don't believe that. See, goes back into what I said with the AI stuff.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, this
The
is
AI, I have to, like anymore, I kind of recognize the AI created content in the first sentence, like, what if I told you? That's a great one, right? And, or this is a secret, I've got a secret thing. But in the first paragraph too, it's way too polished. It's way too symmetrical. It's way too almost like linear fashion of a person that's learned to compose literature in a what do you call it? Rubber stamp method. Okay. So they've taken one method, applied to all of it. It's recognizable, and I just immediately click off of it or keep going. So, so that's how AI, and what it does, it makes people lean towards conformity. And, it's not something I've ever done well with. So, yeah, but other people seem to like it. So there you go.
Oh, I was watching the news today and the weather guy did something or whatever, and I really wasn't paying attention. But then I heard, when they throw it back and forth, I heard
Yeah.
the woman say, "Ah, you just threw in a 6-7," and I thought of you right away. I thought Randy said
Well,
something about 6-7, and I guess the millennial newscaster guy. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That there was one guy that got on and he delivered an address to a bunch of high school students, but he used their language, current
yeah.
language. And that was the stupidest thing I ever heard. But all the kids seemed to understand every word he said. So there you go. I didn't
Yeah.
understand half of it. So what it is people dream up their own method of communication. I mean, that's it. So, and they're communicating with words. Oh my goodness. Whatever happened to fisticuffs, you know?
Yeah, get into some good fisticuffs and come home with a black eye. That's right.
Yeah. And it's like now if a kid came home with a black eye, we're talking lawsuits, we're talking depositions, it's like, oh my goodness, right? What a fun world
Snowflake.
we
How
live.
could we not think of the word snowflake when I just asked about whether the
Yeah.
kids, you said they gone soft or snowflake.
Oh,
Kids turning
oh,
into snowflakes on us. Like the
yes,
world has turned into snowflake on everybody.
and how do you know that the weather is interfered with by somebody is it's all about ice and ice in Minnesota, ice and icy times and ice all over the place, and so it's just a theme. It's thematic. That's what they say in a movie. And that's exactly what it is. It's thematic in a movie. Now, while you're all concentrated, remember, 4 days it goes away. So what does that mean? Oh, here we go. Cuba, the price of silver, the price of gold, Trump, you know, Candace Owens, I mean, Erica Vance, Kirk Vance,
PI Atlas. Don't forget.
I mean, something. Yeah, where's Avi, right?
He was on the news just the other day talking about how Three-Eye Atlas was between the Earth and the sun and or the Earth and the moon or something. It was
Yeah.
between something and that you could see the three tails. It's got three tails.
Oh, that's a sign of the devil.
Wait, it's got three tails and the propulsion from the tails is pointed at the
Okay.
Earth and that it's got cyanide coming off of it, but it's not getting to us. It's out
Yeah.
there someplace.
Well, they've found 10 anomalies with it. Do you understand? That's their science right now has found 10 anomalies that they can explain about 3II Atlas. But we've never asked 3II Atlas what's the anomalies they find with us, right? Like
Yeah, like
wouldn't that be fair, right?
I
Yeah.
think so. I'd love to know what 3A now I'm calling it what you're calling it. I would love to know what 3-Eye Atlas's assessment of humans and our behavior is. Why
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
why don't we ever get to hear what a third party's saying about us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It's
where's
like,
the Martian news? Where's the headline about human beings being whack jobs? Where
yeah.
is it?
Yeah. Well, if in fact it was some organized intelligence, self-organizing intelligence that is somehow entrained with it,
It's
entangled,
sending probes. Don't worry, he said.
then the question is, or they would have to have a viewpoint, they would have to have a observational matrix, and somehow or another, I think we would fall short of whatever they expect there. But that's my opinion.
Well, maybe they have low expectations and it would just break even for them because of
Yeah.
all the gossip they've heard about us in the galaxy.
Well,
I'm sure we
and
have a crappy rap. Like, how could
yeah,
we not?
bad hood.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
there's 227 observatories that have been trained on it, and we don't have any information from those. Just like there's 227 observatories for the last 100 years, let's say, that have never observed a UFO. Okay, so you got to wonder what kind of telescopes do they have, right? If they've never even seen one. There's not one photo from an observatory out there, right?
Well,
This is, oh,
maybe
look at the UFO. Look
maybe
at the people looking at us, right?
maybe their telescopes need a little Viagra.
Uh, yeah, they need something. We don't know yet if it's they just need a little magnesium or they need a little blue pill or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, they need something, right? Because we're getting zero data out of them. It's kind of like, why the hell do we have them? And then we've got all these satellites like X-ray, chromatography. I mean, and they don't have any information either for us. So to me, it's just a big psyops. It's just
Well,
entertainment.
this is it. Like, and I feel like science is almost a psyop every once in a while because science and spirituality, like, it cannot be separated, and they've done a pretty darn good job of doing it. Like, and that's the first
Okay.
thing. And then science and technology are now being conflated in some weird
Right.
way. And I feel like and I know this is redundant, and people have said this before, but they're trying to edge things towards having some kind of a digitized human, like some kind of bifurcation thing that smashed.
Yeah.
It's just like a different human being. There won't be organic humans anymore in another 100 years, probably.
Well, like Schwarzenegger and Terminator. Terminator was predictive programming, and Schwarzenegger was an idea of a male. And our idea, if you drew a picture of a male right now, I don't think you would see anything approaching the physique of Schwarzenegger or anybody else that is into actually trying to actually take care of their body, right? Let alone be a little muscly, be a little macho man like Vlad, right?
Macho, macho, Vlad,
Yeah.
like,
You
no,
know, Vlad gets the, what do you call it? Gold star of the week for working out, you know. I don't think we can give those to anybody in the United States Congress. Dog, right?
yes, she got excited when I started singing Macho Man. She liked
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
She gets,
Us Native Americans are excited to know that just like all these people that run out of food and stuff, obviously they don't have dogs. That's what Native Americans did, right? During
their
cold winter.
dogs.
Oh
They
yeah, yeah. So,
really.
yeah,
Well,
there's
I
a
guess
reason.
better eating a dog than a horse because a horse is more useful than a dog.
Well, it just depends on what was available, I guess.
I won't eat you, I promise.
Yeah. New York City is going to be reduced to rats and dogs at some point, right?
Well, the joke always was that my mom would live past the apocalypse with the rats, the roaches, and now you're saying the dogs because she
Yeah.
just wouldn't stop. Like I tell you, 98 years old, her hair was still mostly brown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that, she
Yeah.
didn't dye her
Speaking,
hair. She never put
yeah.
nail polish on. She buffed her nails. She was always very,
Yeah. Yeah. Present yourself.
there
Yeah.
was nothing there. She just was who she was. I think that's where I get it.
Yeah.
Probably where I
But
get it.
everybody wants to make fun of the Russians when what do you think the Russians think of our current like weather conditions? They'd think, oh, it's a good spring day. It's a 4 degrees,
It's
right? Let's go
mild.
outside and
It's a
play. Yeah.
balmy, right. It's a balmy
Yeah.
-12. What's
Yeah.
wrong with them?
So we might could learn something from our Russian brought brothers and sisters,
Maybe,
and maybe, right?
go to Siberia and go to a salt mine for a day and then come back
Yeah,
here and you'll feel like you want to wear a t-shirt.
yeah.
Like that dude from Florida who was wearing flip-flops here in the snow. What are you doing?
I did pretty good when I was in Alaska. I got to wear a t-shirt at 20, 30 degrees was pretty normal.
Well,
So
yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking to myself. One of the random thoughts that passed through last
yeah.
night was, in Alaska, I'm going to say something low class. They must think we're such a bunch of pussies over here.
Yeah, if that's a bad thing. Anyway,
They're right.
yeah, it's amazing to me the decline in the human conditioning that has occurred in the United States in the last 40 years is phenomenal.
You know what? And what came about 40 years ago? 386 computers for everybody.
Oh yeah,
Cell
yeah,
phones. It all,
yeah,
and then your brain stopped working and then you relied on Siri. So you think
yeah,
Siri is like answering your questions, but really Siri is observing your behavior and dragging it all into some kind of central scrutinizer that's going to turn around and here come the AI assistants, the AI companion on this nonsense. I mean, this is all thanks
yeah.
to us going, "Hey Siri," and telling it what we're thinking, how we feel. And then now, because forget the Japanese men who don't want the headache of happy wife, happy life. I don't have to keep a robot happy. A robot doesn't, right?
Right.
Right? But this whole isolation thing, people are going to be happier. Hey Siri, what do you think about this? And hey Siri, let's watch a movie. And hey Siri, what did you think about this movie? And like now you have book club with Siri, and like the whole community's out the window, and isolation becomes the norm. And
Yeah.
then people don't know how to even deal with each other anymore because it's too much, and Siri does
We
it for you. Like, where does it
well,
stop?
it's an extinction level event, and it's called enforced homogeneity. In other words, they want everybody marching to the same tune, everybody consuming the same products, everybody professing the same ideas, and they're very good at it. You don't really
That's what
have
the
much of a
show
chance to
Pluribus is
step
about.
outside of it.
There's a
Yeah.
show on Apple TV right now called Pluribus. Like, and I'll say it. I
Oh,
don't
what?
care. It's not secret. Pluribus,
Yeah.
Pluribus, like e
Right.
pluribus unum, pluribus. Like, and it's about exactly that. This alien race comes and takes over all of humanity except 11 people who are holdouts. Because
Yeah.
for whatever reason, they couldn't crack into the whatever, but they want it to be what you just said. Like, that's what that show is about.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think that the creator of the show even knows that that's what it's about. You know, when you write something and you think it's sci-fi, but really the undertones, or
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
you're
Well, I
pulling from the
mean, yeah.
that show blows my mind.
Reality is a reflection of the, we'll call it the omniverse, how's that, or universe. So it's not the other way around. So what we pull out of there kind of reflects the way we think, act, um, dance. I mean, just pick something.
Well,
And so what happens, the only way out of it is to be a rebel. They wrote a song in the 50s about that. He's a rebel. I don't know. One of them. Anyway, people
yeah.
look it up.
That's why girls
So
like bad boys, because they're
yeah,
rebels.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the reason for that is a bad boy or a rebel gives you a greater chance of survival than the homogeneous man, we'll call it, right? Not to create a pun, right?
No, no. And then they're intellectual rebels and they're physical rebels and then they're combinations thereof and they're all kinds of different rebels, but basically people who think out of the box, who don't conform, who still have their own ideas, who are still capable of thinking critically. Like, people who actually do have common sense,
Yeah.
you
I,
know,
t- I tell you how it works. Every time you see these uh, authoritarian figures like Avi Loeb,
like Three Eye Atlas.
the Big T, all the people in, let's say, our government or military or any authority or any expert. Listen to them, and at the end of wherever they get tired of talking, go, I don't believe you. And just watch what happens. They will all go to anger because they don't have anything else. They have to convert to emotion. They can't stay in the intellect when they start putting that crap out.
Well, that's like
So,
an only child. I do that when I don't, I mean, I'm guilty of exactly that behavior.
uh,
I'm sure in so many situations, like when I'm not
yeah,
getting what I want, and then you just flip out because it is
yeah,
when you
yeah,
can't control
yeah,
something you really want to control and people
yeah.
aren't
Yeah.
fucking playing
So,
meow. Mm.
so that tells you that it's a control operation, a control mechanism.
Well,
And they just keep beating people down to where there's just fewer and fewer of us rebels, let's say. Renegades was another term, right? What do they call it? Resistance. Okay.
La résistance.
Yeah. Are you a member of the resistance?
Sure, why not?
Or
I
the
should be.
rebellion? The
Aren't you?
rebellion
Why aren't you?
from
Why
Star
not?
Wars, right? Yeah. And from rebellion, we got hellions, Hellion. I think I got called that a lot when I was
Me
younger.
too.
Yeah.
Did you get ever called a fresh kid, or were you never fresh?
Well,
I was a fresh kid,
to answer your question, yes, I probably got called that a time or two in my life.
a
So,
fresh kid with a fresh
yeah.
mouth.
So, anyway, people are descending into mediocrity at an incredible pace, and it's not worth watching. So, I advise people just tune out of it. Right. I mean, what are you going to do with Davos? What are you going to do with the Super Bowl? I mean, the Cowboys aren't in it. Won't ever be at the rate they're going, right? Oh, that hurt. But anyway, unless they call us, there'll
Red
never be,
fix you.
there'll never be peace in Ukraine unless Putin, the little Z calls us. I mean, anyway, it's like vastly entertaining. It's definitely worthy of a drink for people that don't drink. I think they should
Start
buy very high, expensive quality liqueur.
a
From
liqueur or maybe some good single malt scotch, some like really
Yes, well, that's what
expensive
I meant. And you know,
pick.
from that standpoint, they would have a better perspective at the end of that drink of what's going on. Okay. In other words, they wouldn't be concerned at all.
No,
So
no,
therefore, their cortisol would go down, their weight would go down, their relationships would be happier.
maybe.
Yeah, the blue pills would go away.
Yeah, maybe.
So so I think it's just a psyops to sell blue pills by the powers that be. How's that?
It's probably accurate. Blue pills and all
All
kinds
right.
of other
All right.
things.
Right.
Blue pills and rides to the moon.
Yeah. Oh
That'll be,
yeah.
that'll be the next thing, going back and
Yeah,
forth to the
they're
moon.
supposed to go to the moon. Ha ha ha. Right? Like they've ever been there. Ha ha ha. There's no way they're going to the moon on a rocket. Just do the math on it, right? People don't understand mass acceleration and fuel. All right?
You know
Work
what?
it out.
It's like watching you're more likely to see Trump doing belly dances than going to the moon anytime soon
Yeah.
on a commercial flight. Blue Origin to the moon and back.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that they're going to do either. I think they go up there and roll around a while and come back and go, look, we have pictures.
And then what? And
Well,
then how does that pay my rent?
they can go on OnlyFans. They can go on OnlyFans with their pictures and get
Can
people to
they?
pay money, right?
Well, maybe you and I should start taking those pictures and then we'll get money, maybe.
Oh, we could do an OnlyFans page for 3AI Atlas.
We could.
How's that?
And we
Yeah.
could say that we are
If, if,
we channel Three Eye Atlas.
yeah.
We'll give you
There you go.
personal
There you go.
messages from Three Eye Atlas.
Oh no, there's been several people that channeled messages. I
Oh,
didn't.
really? I'm sorry. I should have
Yeah,
figured.
we're just late to the game on that one,
Oh
right?
well. Well, but we're ahead of the curve, like with the Times Square Waffle House that serves jalapeno
Oh yeah,
pancakes.
yeah. I still need to contact them about that.
I think so.
And like I said, in 4 days, so this is a Monday. By the time this release, there'll be a new game going on. Greenland went by the wayside. Venezuela, like, where the hell is that? Nobody cares anymore. And yet everybody got all wound up when it happened. And they use what they call it, crisis actors on all the
Because
little guys
humanity has
that
the attention
play.
span of a freaking pistachio nut. This is like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had parakeets that had a longer attention span.
my dog has a longer attention span and she's all over the place. I have a better attention span and I'm all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm too slow, I guess.
What?
So,
Nah.
well, I have a long attention span. That makes me slow to interact with all these things. So,
Yeah, but
right?
you maybe you take it in fully where other people are taking it in like hummingbirds,
Yeah.
and flitting, and maybe you soak things in so that you actually understand them before you turn around and speak about them again. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, the people today should learn spend an extra $10 a week on essentials. And the second thing you learn to do is to say, I don't believe you to all these people, right? That want to tell you the way things are, including me, right?
The only
So,
way to grow your brain is to
but
push back and ask questions.
if you give me money, I might be able to believe it. So
If you
whatever
give
you're
me money,
saying.
I'll agree with you. I'll tell you
Yeah,
everything you
yeah, yeah,
want to
yeah.
hear.
Yeah, that's the whole game in a nutshell, and it's called the Democratic and Republican parties. Give me money,
You
I'll believe you.
know, I have a friend right now, and she said something about something, and I just kind of cocked my head to the side and said, "That doesn't sound right. What's going on?" And I picked up sniffing some like grifty behavior, and sometimes people don't see it. And
Yeah.
turns out that's exactly what was going on. So, sometimes, mm, you just gotta say whatever you gotta say and not worry about hurting people's feelings and not and act like people aren't snowflakes and
Yeah.
hope that you're right.
Yeah. Well, and even if you're not, you at least express yourself, right? Yeah, I mean, like I say, next week we get to see Japan, Cuba, Greenland, France, maybe Iran. Maybe they'll bring Iran to the forefront. And then we get to worry about another country that's at 9,000 miles away,
What about
right?
Nairobi?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have nothing
So,
bad's happened in Africa. Maybe there'll be some like
yeah.
massacre,
Yeah.
some.
I think we should all focus our attention on like, I don't know,
What did I
become
just say? I just predicted a massacre in Nairobi because I thought it was snarky. That is just not
yeah,
okay. Sorry, you
yeah.
guys.
No,
That was a little much.
no, we should go back to the starving children of Biafra. That's really where it's at, right? And people that fail to contribute money to that cause can contribute it to us, and we'll make sure it goes to the right people. You and me,
That's
because
right.
that's ultimately what it is, right?
Ultimately, we are the right people.
Yeah, I saw another one like raising funds for Ukraine, and like none of the money went to Ukraine, right? I thought that was
No,
great.
just like those people started a 501(c)(3 so that we could have Iranian Sesame Street, and they were funneling all kinds of money.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. That's a brilliant idea, right?
Right. And see what
Maybe,
happens to all the little Iranian girls who watch that go out, open their mouths,
yeah,
and show their
yeah.
ankles. Good luck to you.
Maybe we could make Iranian political people plushie toys. How's that? You got to be creative, right? You got to
Because
you
the
got to think
stuffed
of something.
animals up there aren't enough.
Uh, we, we might need to add to our zoo. How's that?
Oh my goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
how that was a good one. I like that. I like that. People that want to pursue that, let me know. I
You
do
know,
have I can honestly say that I consulted on a group that was creating plushie toys, and we went through the whole process of ordering them and designing them and getting them from China and marketing them. It's one of my clients. I helped through that process, and they're making money now because one of them had a brilliant idea that they needed to make plushie toys, and rather than diss it, I decided I would help them, and they have done quite well with it. So there.
well, there you go. Because, who doesn't want a plushie toy? Some
Yeah.
adults I know buy plushie
Yeah.
toys.
Maybe we should not be bombing Iran, but should be like
Dropping plushie
delivering
toys from helicopter.
wrapping plushy toys, and everybody to have a little Care Bear thing they could hug at night, and provide them some degree of comfort in this time of chaos. How's that?
If everybody just hugged themselves every morning and said, "You are
Yeah,
wonderful, I am wonderful, you are wonderful," or
yeah,
whatever, talk to yourself, to tell
yeah.
yourself you're
Or just
wonderful.
or
Hello, beautiful.
hug the person in front of you on the subway. Just see if you can pass it on.
Yeah, maybe not on the New York
Well,
subway.
that just shows the violent nature of our society rather
Shanked,
than everybody being friendly, right?
asking for it.
Yeah.
Although I have, and I think we talked about this early on, I've been on subway cars where I've made eye contact and started a conversation, and it's gotten clever and funny. And then you catch people sort of listening and kind of smiling,
Yeah.
right? And so this is,
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of ignore them, I say, I saw you smile, and they'll look up at you, and then they'll start laughing. And then next thing you know, you've got 5 or 10 people talking to each other on a subway car. It's easy
Yeah.
to do, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I think it's funny. No questions tonight?
Well, if Matt, I don't know what's up with Matt. I didn't ask all of his questions.
He's birthday partying and anniversarying and all that kind of stuff. His wife's had a birthday today. So
Oh, well, look at you being all caught up on every happy birthday to you.
I like to pay attention to the celebrity news, you know. So,
I think you and the provocateur have a bromance going. That's what I think.
no, no, no.
No, not like that. I just he's got lots of questions, like from last week. I'm telling you, there are questions from last week. Um, uh-oh, I think the electrician is in the right over banging. Oh no, it's not the electrician. It's the dog just brought me drop it. The
Oh,
gardening stuff.
yeah,
She's obsessed with it.
yeah.
Okay. So here we
But
go.
just remember the strong fail last. That's all you got to
The
remember.
strong fail last.
Yeah,
That makes,
yeah.
you know, what effect has propaganda on the masses had on us over just the past 70 years? Has it been bred into us? I'll go with about six,
Well,
seven
it,
generations. Yeah.
it's not that it's been bred into us, it's that the net effect of it is to limit our ability to imagine and then to follow imagination into reality as an expression of our existence there. That means that we no longer are as creative, like we don't find creative fun or creative work. And so all of that is meant to ultimately make it where we no longer form opinions. We just take whatever current prevailing wind says that we should think or act.
But
Uh,
that's lazy. I just want somebody else to think for me, but that brings me back to the hey Siri, can you think for me? Hey
yeah,
Siri, like what?
yeah,
And my phone is lighting up. I'm sure it's answering me, but I'm not it's on
yeah, yeah. It's like asking Siri for dinner recommendations. Like used to, you would search your imagination to try to come up with something.
well,
In other
today
words,
I was
you
trying
were
to
using your brain, and now you're not. So, or use
well
your mind.
for
So,
me, like I kind of really wanted to order a pizza from down but then I thought I really don't need to eat pizza. I've got bread, I can melt cheese, and I can make some tomato soup. Like,
yeah,
stop. And
yeah,
that was fine. That was enough. Like I still kind of want the pizza, but not as much as I did. So it people can be you can be creative, you know. You don't have to get stuck
yeah,
on something and then, with blinders and then hyper focus.
yeah,
People don't know how to be creative. Sometimes people don't want to be creative, but there's a difference between I don't want to and I can't. Literally
yeah.
don't know
I've
how.
lost all ability. Yeah, yeah. It's always what do you think, and what do you think that you can do? And in other words, there's two things, right? It's thought without action is just entertainment. So that's what we do. We have spend so much time thinking right now. It's called mentation. Imagine that.
Mm.
And it's not called womentation. It's called mentation. And
I think we're having fermentation.
yeah, yeah. And so yeah, we won't get. I'm not going to touch that, so to speak. Anyway, I said the more meditation you do, the more meditation you have to do to get out of it. So that was the idea. And most of that is what we call movement meditation. In other words, the only way out of meditation is movement. So there. It's in my new book. So there.
Well, good.
Yeah. So there is a way out of the trap call me, right? So it's kind of like, are you fat? Are you fat? Are you lazy? Are you incapable of making choices? Call me. How's that?
You know, if everybody who would admit to themselves that they're like that would call you and even paid you $1, you'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not trying to see, I sound so mean and pessimistic, but really it's just gotten so what's acceptable? The bar is so low.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
horrifying.
yeah, yeah,
And the majority of the people have this low bar, I feel
yeah.
like, and that drags everybody else down instead of uplifting everybody into more critical thinking, a more broad
Enjoy. Yeah.
imagination.
I will tell you, there's another crisis that's occurring. I like that language. And I go to some of the local restaurants, no matter where I am. And one of the things I notice is that in the morning, it's all men. It's all men over like 50 years old, let's say. And what that shows is that they don't have relationships. They don't want to actually go out and eat so much as have companionship or company, right? Some sort of congregation that they can be around and not feel lonely. And it's like I see this all over now. Okay. So I don't know where the women are and what they're doing, but
Well,
I
maybe
know
they're
that,
like me. They don't mind being with, like, it's a relief that the men have left
right,
because
right.
society has turned them gross
Yeah.
because they're not capable of thinking
Yeah.
past food
But,
and sex.
yeah. But it's like I see that now a lot where uh, they don't have a support structure and they don't have companionship in the form of friends. And so I find that that's something I hadn't seen 20 or 30 years ago.
How much do you think that that's a symptom of men being told that they shouldn't have feelings, discuss feelings, this, that women talk about their feelings all the time and we're less needy for companionship for the most part because we know how to talk. You guys
Well,
have been told that it's not masculine to do that so many times that
yeah.
like you've lost the ability to have deep discussions that are satisfying with your women folk. Like for, like
Yeah, what I see is like up until I was about 30, like I could talk to any female of any age. And now you can't talk to, I'm older. I can't talk to anybody under 30 basically, or women, or, older women. You're not supposed to talk to them either. I like, who the hell are you supposed to talk to? Right. So I basically still maintain talking to everybody I meet, male, female, I don't care.
yeah,
I
my
say
oldest
hello.
kid is really
Yeah,
uncomfortable, like has shown
yeah,
signs of being massively uncomfortable when I strike up a conversation with a
yeah,
stranger.
yeah.
Like there
And,
was
and
a
that
lady
didn't
on.
use, that didn't used to be true. You could talk to anybody. I
But I've
mean,
always talked to people. My grandma used to think I was going to get abducted. I've just like the millionth
yeah,
time I've said that. We're on a subway platform. This lady has a cute little dog. And I looked at my kid and said, "Oh my God, look at that dog. It's so cute." And as soon as they realized I was going to make a beeline for the dog and talk to the lady, they about faced and walked the other way to
oh
put
yeah, yeah,
physical distance between
yeah,
me and them because they were so uncomfortable that I was just about to
yeah,
intrude on some stranger. Like it's some
yeah,
intrusion.
yeah. Yeah, you're not supposed to notice people now, which always I find fascinating because I'm like, wow, look at that person, right? Because I'm curious, like what do they know that I don't? What do
Same.
they like, maybe they know a restaurant I don't know and Siri doesn't know. So, you know,
Well, okay, here's a question. I have a friend, and is this because of her belief system? She had these amazing dreadlocks. and she was noticing that people would see her dreadlocks before they would see her. And so she
Yeah.
didn't want everything to be all about her hair. So she shaved them all off and her hair's short. And so she was kind of invisible for a while. Then she dyed her hair. It's kind of this auburn color. So it kind of pops now. She said it was like I dyed my hair and I'm back to being visible again. Like
Oh, yeah.
what is
Yeah.
that?
Well, all women turn invisible around 45, 50. It's like they turn invisible. Men don't notice them anymore. Women don't notice them anymore. All men turn invisible around 60. Up until then, they still kind of, people see them. But at that point, you're pretty much invisible. You walk through the world, nobody talks to you, nobody's interested in you, right? It's just a crazy phenomenon nobody ever told you to expect, right? That unless you have a pretty solid support, which I hate that word, a pretty
System.
solid group of people that you interact with in a, we'll call it a meaningful way to you, then you're just a loner now, right? Yeah, I think they wrote a song about that. I'm Mr. Lonely, right? Wasn't it in Chicago?
Oh
No,
man.
Invisible, Mr. Lonely, one of those. Anyway, something back there. So, okie doke.
Well, I think
Tune in next week. We'll have exciting news, right?
we
Ice will go away. It'll no longer be an issue.
I remember when ice was just something that was in your refrigerator. Then
Right.
it was a drug that was going crazy. Now it's a bunch of murderers. Like whatever.
Well, what they do is they take one of the things they do, what do they call it on search engines? They look for kind of like a hot topic or a hot word,
Yeah.
and, and then they apply it and twist it in a way that you never thought about it before, right? So that's what's going on with all the social engineering. The other subject that nobody ever studies that would benefit them the most is to see how they're being socially engineered. And that's not a conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theories are social engineering there. So, okie doke.
Okay. Say that 10 times fast and we'll see you
Yeah.
next week, kids.
Oh, yeah. We're
Thanks for
having fun
watching.
there. I'm
Like,
going to go out,
share,
go
and
out and snow ice cream. Right.
yeah, not in New York. You don't want to. That brown chocolate ice cream ain't chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay.
You end up with Mongolian disease or something.
Oh my God. Wait, was that Morgellons disease, you mean? The stuff with the hairs that come out of your like
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Welcome to the world, alien world. Bye. Oh my goodness.